Hey, this is a production breakdown of our song Solar Inclusion. I'm Ethan. I'm going to walk you through the track. This song was written by myself. But the second track on the album, Polar Eviction, was written by Brody. We wanted to capture the sort of sun and moon duality, and we thought it would best be done by individual approaches. We start the song off with a little intro. It's got some ambient stuff going on, some harmonies. Here's what it sounds like. We added some sounds, the first being this rooster. We got some bees. Nice. We got some birdies. Tweet, tweet. Yeah. Next up would be the main motif section. We've got this rhythm guitar, and then we decided to add a 12-string. We decided to double up. I think it adds a cool sort of texture. I panned the 12-string a little further. Definitely sticks out more than the slightly darker sound of the electric guitar. By panning it further, it didn't make it as overpowering. The other interesting thing here is the mellotron that we added. It's a mixture of a boys choir mellotron sample and a female choir mellotron sample. Not too organic sounding version of organic voices. It makes it a little more majestic and regal sounding. Next up, we got the part in 7 because it's in 7. There's some delay on that lead guitar. It goes on and on. Next up, we've got, I guess, what you could consider the verse. You are everything you are. Did you hear that? Yep, that's right. These boys are going crazy with the Dublin. Not the place in Ireland. Essentially, we already got this main sort of melodic thing going on with the guitar part. Let's add the piano. And then we add the 12-string. Emphasizes that melodic part. It's a motif. And I'm an intellectual, okay? I don't do with this lowbrow shit, okay? I go big or I go home. We've got the iteration section. What I like about this section is the interplay between the lead guitar and the keyboard. They're not doing the same part, and generally when you have these conflicting rhythmic accentual parts, it's kind of hard to get them to work together, but I think we were lucky. Additionally, with that lead guitar, we doubled only certain parts. You know, sometimes, man, it's just been a hard day of work. We trimmed the fat here. And, you know, they're not the exact same, but I think they don't always have to be the exact same. Don't listen to these professors. Don't listen to these musicians. Don't listen to these people that went to school for years. All right, So next up, we got the Sun section, which is a little bit of a dynamic break. This kind of takes it down. Toms are really hard. Here's what the toms are sounding like. Here's how I did that. Got some EQ. I took out some of that low end. I think I wanted some of them still kind of deep, but not like too resonant. Took out a little bit, bumped right here in the mids. I tend to cut more than I boost, but hey, this one I boosted lower frequencies just a little bit. This rack tom, I think it's a deeper sound. I want to accentuate that and make the toms have a unique sound all their own and separate from one another. Then you got the floor tom. Wanted to focus more on the low end there. Next up, we got what I'm calling the most raucous part of the song. Marshall's crazy, y'all. We're going to start off with just the strings. We're going to add the black hole lead. And then you got this choir underneath it. What I did to the guitar here, added some distortion through a bus. I was getting a little lost behind all the crazy keyboards. Next up, we have this ethereal picking section, which I think is really pulled together by one of those miraculous Brody ideas. We added an ebow, so I don't know how exactly it works. So we had 2 octaves on this. We have this higher octave, second octave. I find sometimes doubling octaves gives more depth to a part. We got the big triumphant finish coming into the home stretch, the mirror section. I'd like to talk about here is the vocals. I like to double track vocals. Birdie likes to double track vocals. Get the little mistakes out of the way. They're not as apparent. It creates a more unified whole. We do 2 and then we put some artificial double tracking. Gives a little more depth. The vocals stand out a little more. So usually I just do 2 double tracks, but I wanted to anchor it a little more. I recorded one that was less aggressive. I think it gave it a little more texture. Mirror plays the competition's arrangement with a permanent blend. Finally, we have the guitar solo Birdie plays. I usually am a little more heavy-handed with the effects on solos because I think effects make things stick out. I'm trying to bring it to the forefront, real simple, just a reverb, pan it a little to the side. Sometimes I pan things to the same place if it's a bus. Sometimes you want one part of the tone to be a little more clear. So we also added some percussion. We got a shaker, very quiet. We got a tambourine. We got this crotchy boy, as I'm calling it. So altogether, there's a lot going on in this section. Here's what the drums sound like. Since I didn't really get to talk about them, I wanted to break down how I actually produced the drums, which are very important. Let's solo the drums again. Compression, EQ. I put a de-esser on the snare. It kind of gets the cymbals out of the way, especially on the hi-hat. I'll demonstrate that here. It chills the hi-hat out. I bust stuff out. We got this bus 1 that I put all of the close mics into. I added a little bit of distortion here. I also put the overheads on the bus due to the fact that they're capturing more of a total image of the kit to be able to be edited separately. And I just did some EQ and compression. I didn't want to add them straight to the cymbals, which I de-essed. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope that was interesting in the least. Please check the songs out on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, all your favorite platforms. See if you can hear these things that I've pointed out, and let us know what you think. Thanks. Bye.